Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Mansion. Air freshener just went off. I don't know what that smell is. It's I don't mean it like that. It's definitely the air freshener. I just don't know what smell the air freshener is. It's a new one. It's not the one I'm used to. So we're back in the back garden here of our huge mansion. I thought that was someone standing there then. That scared me. And we're going to do the basketball court first. We're going to finish that off. I have looked on the Googles and figured out what a basketball stadium looks like. Well, not stadium, court, at least. We're not going to be able to get every single line down. There's actually quite a few different lines on here. Surprisingly, I didn't really realize that it was as busy as it is. In fact, I think we're going to have to do it like this to keep it as small as possible. So there's the middle one. And then you have these lines that come out. I'm going to do like 4, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe 3 along the top and 1 there. And then the same on this side. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 3 along the top. Oops. And then that goes down there. Okay. And then I think this is where you free throw? Or whatever you call it. I don't know. I'm not a big basketball guy. I really am the wrong person to be building this. Completely. But I'm going to give it a shot, so we're going to do it like that. In fact, it looks like we have got every single line in. I'm just looking on. I've got Google Images up in front of me of like, there's like a million different ones. And they seem to sort of very slightly vary from each other. So I'm sort of just picking an average. That one. Sort of picking an average of them all and coming up with something I like. I like that. That's okay. Maybe that one and that one should be swapped over. Oops. Yeah, definitely. That's much better. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay, so now we've got that in. We obviously need the most important part to a basketball court, which is the things, the hoops. The things. So let's use some cobblestone walls, because I always think they're a nice sized pillar. They're a little bit thicker. Do they go on there, or do they go like behind? I'm gonna do it behind, like this, so then the hoop's on the edge of the court. That might be wrong. I don't know, but that's the way I'm gonna do it. And then I want like a little red backboard, I think. So we'll have a red one here. We built something very similar to this on a build battle not so long back. So yeah, there's the backboard. It might be a little bit high for Minecraft. I don't know. We're 2 meters tall technically in Minecraft, because each block is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. And then we're 2 blocks high, which means we're 2 meters high. I don't know how much that is in feet. I work in feet over here, which makes it a little bit trickier. The way that we done the nets last time was with a cob spider. I nearly a cobster web. A spider web, a cobweb, whatever you want to call it. But someone said in that build battle episode that we should either put a trapdoor on it, like that. An iron trapdoor is another possibility as well, which they've moved it, haven't they? There they are. So we've got the wooden one, or a metal one. Might make more sense. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I do like that. That looks like the net is actually sort of being held to something. Even the cobwebs go diagonally up to each corner, like that's where it's being held from. Yeah, I like that. However, I think I want to move it over by 1. I think we were right by having it actually on the edge of the court, because when you think about it, think about someone doing a slam dunk. They run up to it and they slam dunk. They might actually end up outside the court, and as far as I know, you don't really want that. So we shall just move that over by 1. Oops. There you go. That didn't take too long, did it? Boop. Boop, boop, boop. And then that one goes there. And I've got rid of the cobweb, of course. Right there. Right there. Okay, wonderful. Let's do that on the other side. And I think that's going to be maybe not all of the back garden necessities, if you like, done. I think we're going to have some other stuff. We've definitely got a lot to do to the pool as well. But that looks really, really nice to have in the middle of the running track here. It's very well centered as well. I didn't want it exactly center, but it's in a really good spot. And I think we've got some nice distance between all of the stuff. You know, the helipad has got about 10 blocks between it. The racetrack, the running track and the swimming pool has about 12 blocks between it, 10 to 12 blocks between it. So it's not like it's really, really tight and close together. I really do like that. Yeah. And we might have some detail in here as well. Maybe some seating on this side and that side, I think would be nice. Just a little bit of seating for when you have some friends come over and stuff like that. You could just chill out on there. What we do need to do, which I've been thinking about for the last couple of days, is a fence design. We obviously need to enclose our area somehow. But we don't want to use a normal cobblestone wall, or at least I don't think. We want something a little bit more grand, magnificent than that, something to suit the size of the house itself. But this is time for one building tip. This is one building tip that you're going to get this episode. And that is, don't do, if you're doing a normal house and you've got like 1, 2, 3 edges to do, you know, to join it up and enclose it all with a fence. If you've got all 3 edges to do, don't do them all the same. Do at least 2 different designs. By that, I mean what we'll probably have is down this one, we're going to have hedge. So I'm just going to run one line from here for the moment. Oops. We'll run one line down here all the way. Let me turn my TV volume down. Hold on. I gotta reach for the remote. It's not. That might be better. It just seemed a little bit loud. I didn't want the noise to come back through and loop back through the mic again. I don't really need to hear this. I always turn it down on editing as well. I don't really keep the volume super high, because placing blocks this many times in a short period does get a little annoying after a while. The same. So I tend to lower it down. Okay, so obviously it wouldn't be 1 block high. It would be maybe 3, possibly even 4 blocks high. And it definitely won't just be one thin line. We'll thicken it up on either side, make it look a little bit more natural. Natural, but not untidy. We want it to be sort of pruned in a little bit of an even way. But now we've got this, what we would do is have a different design down here. And I think I'm going to go with something that hopefully looks posh, but not too industrial. And that's a confusing line, I know. But what we're going to do is maybe have that one. And then like for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks. And then another one like that. And then maybe grab some normal quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably a really good height. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then grab some iron bars. Now, this is what I mean by I don't want it to look too industrial. We use iron bars, tall iron bars, fences for a lot of industry, you know, holding it in back on the city world and stuff like that. It can look very industrial and very dirty sometimes. But I think with the quartz, it's going to look very, very posh instead. And maybe even with a little half slab running over the top. Like so. Is my postman here? I just heard one of my dogs bark. Maybe the postman's here. I don't know. What do you think of that? Oh, actually, I'm not sure if I like it with the slab across the top. I think I prefer it like that. I think that looks much cleaner. Yeah, I like that. And then that would be replicated all the way down to the edge. And then either, if this is now up to you, you could either do this design, or whatever design you're doing on the back, down the right-hand side of the house, or you can have the hedgerow down the other side. But whatever you do, make sure that there's at least one wall different to the other ones, because otherwise it looks very boring and same old. I personally am going to do this design all the way down to there, and then all the way down the side as well. So let me do that, and I shall be back. Alright, so I've got the fence up, as you can see, and then wherever there's a pillar, I've put a stair on either side, and now what I'm doing is filling in the middle with just one layer of brown stained clay. Now, in the default texture pack, which I'm using here, it's very plain. It is a very plain block, but the one advantage to it is either this one or the other one. I never get which one it is. Oh, apparently not. I was sure that you could place ferns on them. Not that it really makes a difference to my plan overall anyway, but it would have been nice, I suppose. But what I'm doing is making a flower bed. I hate it when examples go bad. Oh, I thought I knew everything about Minecraft. Obviously not. I think you can on hardened clay. Wait a minute, I'm getting really confused now. Not that one. Nope. You can on PC. That's going to be my excuse. I'm sure you can on PC. I think I probably know why we can't do it. At least not at the moment. We don't have mesa biomes. In mesa biomes, they do have the dead bushes. I'm not sure about the other ferns, the green ones, but the dead bushes definitely are placed on all different colours of stained clay. Now, because on console here we don't have the mesa biome, the game probably doesn't have that meta to know that it can be placed upon these blocks. Maybe it'll change when the update comes out. I'm not 100% sure. And if the update is already out and this video has been a little bit pre-recorded, then maybe next episode we'll do it. I don't know. It's always one of these, it's like a catch-22. I either don't talk about updates at all in my videos, or when I do talk about updates, it comes out literally like 5 hours after I recorded the video talking about the update and how it's not out yet, and then suddenly it's out and everyone's like, what are you talking about? Haven't you got it yet? Oh, yeah, I do. I have it now. I recorded it like 5 hours ago, and now it's out, and then everyone's like, That's why, hopefully on the next update, though, I'll actually get it, at least quicker than I did last time. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was my Xbox or something like that. But remember, we were building the Nether castle when the last little update came out. Or the last considerable update, let's say. And it took me a couple of weeks, I think, 1 or 2 weeks, in order to get the new doors and the new woods. It didn't really affect us at all during that, because we weren't really using those doors at all. But it's never nice to have to wait. What I'm doing here is I'm just on the hedge on the side. What I've done is I ended up doubling it up to 3 high and 2 blocks tall. 2 blocks wide, 3 blocks tall. That way, being 2 blocks wide, it makes it at least more difficult to see through than just 1 block. It makes it a little bit more chunkier, and then on the 4th layer on the top, we've just sort of spammed around a few blocks here. It still looks pruned and neat, like it's been, cut with a hedge cutter. But from the top, it just gives us a little bit of depth. I think that looks really, really cool. I think the brown and the white next to each other make it really, really stand out. Obviously, you can. What I was thinking about doing was putting flowers down here. We can't do that at the moment, not unless I make it soul sand. I think dead bushes will grow on soul sand. But what I was thinking is in these middle spots, we do little 3 high bushes. I want to do them at different heights, but I just have a feeling that it'll look better being all the same height. Like usually, my usual me would do 1 3 block high one, 1 4 block high one, 1 3 block high one, 1 5 block high one, 1 3 block high one, and do it that way. That way it looks a little bit more natural. But we're doing such a high value mansion here that I truly think that all of the bushes would be the same height. They would have a gardener come in to prune them to make sure that they're at the exact height that they're meant to be. It makes sense, doesn't it? That just gives us a little bit of greenery on the side. That looks very, very posh now. I really like that. I really like this fence design to wrap round to the front as well, potentially. I don't know. I might do a taller fence towards the front. But that's looking really cool. Now, we can see we've got a couple of... Well, not really over there. That's a nice size amount of blank space. But over there, we have quite a large blank space. So I was thinking about having a few trees or something like that. I don't know yet. We'll have to figure that out. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut away again for just 2 minutes while I carve away the swimming pool. We're going to try and get the swimming pool done this episode as well before we end off the episode. So let me do that, and I shall be back, and we should do it together. Longest job ever. I did not really think about how big this swimming pool is. Oh my god. So, what colour are we going to do this swimming pool? What colour are we going to do the floor? What colour are we going to do the walls? Now, I was looking on the internet of different mansions. Not really for this series. There was just a gallery popped up on one of the websites that I just sort of browse when I'm not doing anything. And one of the articles was about mansions that celebrities live in. And there were some really, really nice ones, some very, very big mansions. And one of the ones was, well, in fact, I want a shallow area and a deeper area as well. So I think we're actually going to probably raise this up. Hold on. Raise this up, make a little bit of a shallower area. Yeah. Shallow, 1 block deep shallow, or... Because I don't want to go too deep. Yeah, okay. There was a gallery of them, and one of the ones, or the one that really stood out to me, was a picture of Simon Cowell's mansion. Now, I'm sure you've all heard of, or you've all seen Simon Cowell here or there. He's X Factor, or America's X Factor, whatever it's called over there, or the Britain's Got Talent, or America's Got Talent. I'm not sure if he's on America's Got Talent. I don't think he is. I think, isn't it Howie? That sort of takes Simon's place on America's Got Talent. I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't really watch those shows too much. But I do know Simon Cowell. I used to watch X Factor and stuff a long time ago. But not really anymore. It's not really my thing. All sob stories and stuff. But this picture was a picture looking at the house from sort of behind the swimming pool that he has, his outside swimming pool, very, very big swimming pool, but he had a very black swimming pool. Now, usually when I do swimming pools in Minecraft, I usually do them very white and blue is sort of, maybe a little bit of glowstone, and that's sort of the template that I use. You know, a nice white floor with a nice little sort of blue line halfway up the wall, which I think will probably still do. And then some glowstone in the bottom of the swimming pool, just so it lights up at night and just looks pretty cool. Now, his swimming pool was very, very black. Like, the bottom of it was very, very black. And I think the walls had a little bit of black in them as well. And what that done is that gave the effect that the water was black. And it looked so cool. Really, really cool. And obviously we can't do that too much in Minecraft. But we could have a black floor. And then with the water on top, it should darken it up at least a little bit. It should darken it up. I can't see why it wouldn't. It wouldn't be quite as blue, because you can see at least slightly through water. I mean, you can see where squids are in water. You can see where clay is in swamp biomes through water. So I think with a black bottom, it's going to just really darken up that water. It's not going to make it black how I would really, really want it to. If it was on PC, we could possibly use a shade in order to make it do that, but we're on console here, so we are pretty limited. But I really like the idea of having a black pool. When I saw it, it was something different, something I hadn't seen before, and I want to give it a go here. So we're going to have a black floor. We might still put some glowstone in it to make some sort of logo or writing, or just generally a nice fancy pattern. But then for the walls, I might go I might go black and white, in fact. I was thinking about white and blue, and then I thought black and blue, but then the black and blue isn't going to really work with blue water. But black and white, that could really work. And I'm thinking about, it's now a choice between either doing a white layer, because it's 3 blocks high. If you look in the deepest point, it's 3 blocks high. So it's either between doing black, white, black, or white, black, white. I think white, black, white is going to be better, because then that gives us a white block at the bottom, at least for the deepest part, before it goes to the sort of middle black spot. Actually, the other option that we have is white, white, black, because white, white, black then has the same thing. It still has the white going down to the bottom, on the deep area. But then also, up on this layer that we've just finished off, it's also going to have a white layer above it. This might not make any sense to you at the moment. I understand that. I just sort of thought in my head, maybe people don't understand what I'm talking about here. Maybe some of you do, but maybe some of you don't. You'll find out in a second. You'll figure it out in a second once we put the sides down here. I think I'm not going to dig out the perimeter in order to then refill it with blocks. I think I'm just going to sort of place blocks around the already dug out perimeter. That way it saves me a little bit of time. It does make the swimming pools minusculely smaller. Not that that really makes a difference. But yeah, we'll do it like this. So I think we're going to go with a white bottom on it. Bottom. Minions. Never seen the second one. I haven't seen the second film yet. Should I watch it? Let me know in the comments section. I don't know. I saw, well, it wasn't like a Minions film, the first one. I saw Despicable Me. I don't think I've seen Despicable Me 2, and I haven't seen the actual Minions film itself. Should I watch it? Probably, because I did find Despicable Me quite funny. In fact, I think everybody knows about the whole fluffy sentences and stuff like that are in it. I do that a lot. My girlfriend does it a lot to me as well. So fluffy, I'm gonna die. It's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so that's the pull. That looks so cool. The white and the black, I think we were right to do. I really, 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 really like that. Now, we do have a problem here, and that's filling it with water. It's actually trickier than you might think. Because obviously we can't fill water, we can't fill a pool that's more than 1 block deep without world edit, or at least it makes it very, very difficult. So what I need to do now is fill up the pool just on this layer here with the hardened clay, and then we can put the water above that. So I'm just going to cut away for just 2 seconds while I do that. It saves a little bit of time because we're running out of time for this episode, and I should be back. I'm just cleaning up the last bit here before ending off the episode. I'll be going for about an hour now. There's still more that we need to do to this pool. You know, we want diving boards. We want ladders to be able to get in from another area. I might sort of put a half slab around the top of this, like on top of this black here. It just breaks that black and white up a little bit more. Now we've got the water in there, it looks even better. I love it. You can just faintly see the white. It gives a really cool impression that the swimming pool gets deeper, which it does. But I just think that looks so cool. And a nice white lip above it. We'll just split that black up even more. It'll make more of a black line instead of a black top on it. And I might even use these white slabs as the sort of base for the pathway that's going to obviously surround the swimming pool. We might end up doing a slabbed path and make a sort of checkerboard, because I think that'll look really, really nice around it. So yeah, I think it'll look good. Obviously, we're going to have a couple of diving boards either there, or maybe on there, or maybe on that side. I'm not sure. It definitely needs to be in the deep end area. Probably on that side, I think, would look best with like a ladder or something to get out. You know, some little handles to get out. stuff like that. Glowstone in the bottom, maybe. I'm not quite sure yet, but that looks really, really cool. I love it. We're going to leave it there, though, for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Look at that back garden. That is magnificent. That's a huge pool. That's bigger than any lake you'll come across in Minecraft that you've got to jump over. All right, guys. Bye!